If you guys think that this right here is what side hustling is, we've got a problem. Because I am dropping to you guys 14 real side hustles that actually pay well. Side hustles that have been tested, that are tried and true to make you money. Not all the spammy crap out there that you basically give away your personal identity and your social security number and all the emails and your name and your phone number to hackers in order to redeem some points online in which they just take all your information and sell it. We're not looking for that. These are real ways that actually pay well here in 2020. If you're new here and you have not already, subscribe down below. I would love to welcome you to the YouTube family. And of course, if you have not hit that like button, if you are excited, if you have not hit it yet, it doesn't take a lot of effort and I really appreciate it. It helps out with the algorithm, YouTube algorithm saying, hey, look, Rhett's video is not that bad. It's not a piece of crap. And you know, it helps me out. I appreciate it. It makes me smile. It makes my day. And if you guys could do that, I'd appreciate it. If not, if you don't want to do that, no worries at all. But we are going to hop straight into this with number 14. And number 14 is starting a blog. Starting a blog is not for everyone, but it is certainly something that you can make tens of hundreds of thousands of dollars every single month if you build up a quality blog and something that you can write about. Because not everyone is a great writer, and I understand that. I'm not an amazing writer, and writing isn't exactly for everyone, and I get that. I want to have a list, a full exhaustive list for you guys that list out a ton of different side hustles that you can actually do and make money with. And like I said, the first one's a blog. Be able to write about something that you enjoy, build that up, and be able to later monetize that with advertisements and or shout outs or affiliate links embedded within your blog. And the cool thing is about starting a blog is later on, you can outsource all of the work. You can put in some work up front, build up the blog, and then later just dish it off to someone else and have them write all the material and you profit the difference that you're paying a virtual assistant $4 an hour or $5 an hour to write everything on the blog for you. So that is something that is really, really amazing in which you can build up and start having some long-term passive income with a blog. Number 13 is something really basic and it's really not exactly a side hustle, but it can really add up and help. And that is simply by just getting new credit cards and getting credit cards that pay you. And I'm not saying go rack up a bunch of points and get a bunch of credit cards and go in debt, go bankrupt and live in a box on the side of the road. I'm saying leverage the fact that you're spending money every month. That's a fact. You're spending money and you might as well spend money on credit cards that reward you. Whether they reward you with cash back, whether they reward you with flight miles. You want to be able to spread out your expenses on these different cards to be able to take advantage of these different rewards. And some of these cards, if you just sign up right away, you get a bonus right off the bat. You get paid $200 to sign up for their card and spend X amount of money. So again, don't be irresponsible with this, but this is something you can take advantage of money you're already spending. Number 12 is rentafriend.com. This sounds ridiculous. I thought it was ridiculous and I'm like, man, that just sounds pathetic. People don't have friends and they have to rent them. Shoot, I might do that. But what rentafriend.com is, yes, you can rent friends or someone can rent you as a friend and you can simply just be their friend, talk to them, have a good time. But there's also another aspect of it is, say there's travelers coming into a new city, maybe that you live, and they go onto rentafriend.com and rent you to show them around, to show them the spots, to show them the travel destinations and the places to see and the places to eat. And at the same time, on the other aspect of it, you could also teach these people English or teach these people a language that they don't otherwise know. And this is a great way to make at least $10 an hour as being someone's friend, whether you're teaching them something, showing them around, or just being their pal that you can text. It's a really cool one, really simple, and a really great way to make the most of your time. Number 11 is basically the Uber of Amazon. And this is Amazon Flex. Amazon is shipping stuff freaking everywhere, and they're shipping things 24/7, and they are short on drivers, and they need help delivering all of these packages. It's just like a big Santa Claus. Santa needs some helpers. So Amazon Flex basically is the Uber delivers people and Amazon Flex, and you're delivering packages. You don't need a big industrial van. You don't need a bus. All you need is just a car. Anything that you can actually put things in. I'm sorry if you have a moped, this is probably not gonna work for you. My apologies, but all it really requires is a car to be able to deliver these packages, and you can drive around and get paid for this on the side. And that's a really easy one to do because most people have a car and most people have some extra time where you can set your own schedule, deliver some packages when you want, maybe when you're freaking coming home from work, schedule the time for an hour right after work and deliver packages as you're coming home from work. Anything like that is a great way to make some extra income on the side by delivering packages. Number 10 is being a food delivery driver. Really, everyone's so much lazier nowadays that they can't even go to the store. They can't even drive through the drive-thru. The drive-thru was the quick thing. It used to be go in the store, eat a full meal. Now go into the store and eat a quick meal. Now it's drive-through, and now drive-through isn't even quick enough. Now people are so lazy that they just want the food delivered straight to their door. And of course, they pay for that. And so you can easily sign up for apps like Uber Eats, DoorDash, Postmates. And basically, as you might know, is you're just picking up their food, delivering it to their house, and you get paid a flat rate. Plus, if you're doing a good job, you can get a lot more tips and really make this a solid income where you're making hundreds of dollars a week or $100 a month extra on the side. Number 9 is TaskRabbit. And TaskRabbit is kind of like the same thing. You're doing tasks. Basically, you're doing tasks, just anything. Like any kind of task you can think of, someone will hire you for that. Whether that is moving, whether that is setting up and mounting a TV, whether that is putting together furniture, whether that is decorating your house. Shoot, my sister just recently got hired to meal prep. And I'm like, dude, I kind of like cooking. I like eating. Sweet. That sounds like an awesome job. And the crazy thing was, she wants me to come into work for 5 hours twice a week. And I was like, what? How much food are you prepping? What do you mean, 10 hours a week for food prep? And if you guys don't know what food prep is, it's basically prepping, cooking and prepping in bulk and portioning that out. And that's more in the fitness realm if you're watching what you eat. But I was like, you've got to be 10 hours a week? And I'm like, what is this for a family of 4? She's like, no, it's just her and her husband. I'm like, that's nuts. That, I don't know. But there are things like that on TaskRabbit where they're just very simple things that you can get paid a good amount for. Of course, you can set your own schedule, and it's not like you need a degree and a lot of prior experience. If you know how to do what you just signed up for, then you're all good. Number 8 is dropshipping. And I know dropshipping has really changed a lot recently. It has almost become a lot less effective than it was back in the day. But of course, with any industry is going to change, and it's going to pivot. And what you have to do as an entrepreneur, as someone trying to make extra money, is pivot with those changes. And an idea of pivoting with the changes that are going on within dropshipping is simply, instead of having a general store and doing a bunch of low ticket price products, instead transition and pivot to a single product store where you can focus all your ads and all of your focus and all of your money on one product. And with that one product, have that be a more expensive product compared to a $15 bracelet. And with these high ticket products, they're obviously going to be bigger, but they also don't have to be bigger. But you want to focus on those higher ticket products where not only are you making more profit per unit, but you also have more ad spend per unit, per sale, to actually make a difference. Because if you're selling a product for $15, you can't spend a lot of money per unit sale on that. But if you're selling a stovetop or a hot tub, whatever it may be, for $1,000 or $600, you have a lot of room to spend money on ads and hone down your audience. And of course, you're honing down your audience for one topic, not just a broad range of things. And that is a great way to pivot and start making some side income. Number 7 is scooters. And you're like, scooter what? What are we scooting? I ripped those scooters as a kid. We didn't have these fancy automatic ones. We had the pedal ones where you put your foot on the back brake and then hit your ankle ball with the scooter. Super painful, but I had one of those scooters, but I'm not talking about those scooters, not talking about one of those Razor scooters. I'm talking about things like Bird and Lime. Bird and Lime are those automatic scooters that you can pay for and ride around the city. You can rip it up and they're everywhere. And of course, they're coming to a lot of different new cities every month. So what you can do is those things need to be recharged. They don't just have an unlimited battery. They're not the Elon Musk of scooters. They need to be recharged. So what you can do is go at night and pick up these scooters, put them in your car, put them in your truck, strap them to the roof, and take them home and charge them and return them later. And the coolest thing about this is that you can do this at night. You typically would want to do this at night. And you can go to your 9 to 5, and then at night you can go pick up the scooters, charge them, and return them in the morning on the way to work. Get up a little earlier and return them and get paid by doing that. So number 6 is just getting your hands dirty, being observant of your surroundings and getting your hands dirty. For an example, I want to tell you guys about this. When I was in high school, when I was younger, I think it was sophomore year, maybe freshman or sophomore year, I decided to start a firewood business. I was like, hey, you know, it's cold and I guess I like chopping wood. I like being outside. I like getting my hands dirty and working. And my family has a ranch. And I was like, hey, Grandma, can I chop some trees here and sell this wood? And she's like, yeah, of course. We got tons of trees and whatever. Yeah. I'm like, great. So I went out and had my chainsaw, had my truck, had my safety protection, you know, and I basically just chopped wood all day, put it in my truck, drove it down, and sold it to people around my area. And that was just an easy way to make money on the side and put that money to save, to invest, to do whatever I want to do, buy an Xbox, whatever you think you need to do with your money. But the cool thing is I went out and talked to people and found clients around my area. And I had one guy that ordered for me every year for 3 years. And it wasn't just I'll take a little bundle. He ordered an entire cord every single year. And if you're not familiar with what a cord is, and I guarantee you're not unless you're a firewood maniac, basically a cord is like 2.5 truck beds full. It's like a Chevy 1500 and then a Chevy 2500. Both of those pickup beds full to the top with wood. That's a cord. And I made $300-400 on that shipment of that wood, and I didn't really put in any money. It was just like gas of the chainsaw, and that was really it, and some oil. But like there was really no expenses for that. That was just getting out there, putting in some work, and making some money with your hard work. And of course, if you don't have a place to get wood, you can always mow lawns. You can always shovel snow. If you live in a snowy climate, there's tons of different ways you can just get your hands dirty and go out and hustle. Number 5 is garage sales, estate sales, cheap places, and just buying those products and selling them on the side, selling them up on Facebook, selling them on eBay or Craigslist or wherever. And the coolest thing is about these maybe estate sales, they put signs up around because they're moving. They have all this crap, and of course when you move, you're like, wow, I didn't think I had all this crap. But you do. And so they really don't even want to sell it a lot of the time. They're moving, they're in a rush, they want to get the heck out of there, and they want to just give it away. And a lot of the times if you keep your eye out for estate sales, you can literally get stuff for free because they don't want it. It's easier to give it away than to sell it and haggle and say, hey, I'll give you $2.50, no, $4, whatever. It's easier just to give it away. And you can take advantage of that and have a 100% margin where whatever you sell it for, that's what you pocket. And that's a super easy way. Just when you're driving, look out, see a estate sale, see a garage sale, go and mess around. Spend 15 minutes, see if you can find something that is undervalued, underpriced, and is of value, and you can sell that and make easy money every month. Number 4 is a website called Turo, and basically what you're doing is renting your car. And if you're thinking, whoa, Rhett, I've got this sick Kia that I have jacked up. It is a racing machine, and I don't want some guy trashing it. What if he drives it off a cliff? What if he scratches the paint? What if he starts smoking in there or drops his cheeseburger on the floor? It doesn't matter. That is not something you have to worry about because Turo has a very strong insurance policy and protection policy for you and your car. So that is not something you have to worry about. Anything terrible that happens to your car is covered and you are reimbursed, and it's not something that you really have to be worried about. But if you think about how amazing this is you do not use your car 24/7. Most everyone has a 9-to-5 job, works most of the day, works about 8 hours a day. They drive to work 8 hours, they drive home, and do whatever they do at home. Maybe they drive to the gym after work. But you're only driving, depending on how far your commute is, max a couple hours a day. So that's the thing is you can rent your car when you're not using it. And yes, I understand you're not gonna rent your car from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. People don't want your car then most likely. But the cool thing is you can rent your car when you're at work. You're working from 9 to 5, you can rent your car anytime in that period when you're not using it, when you're working. And that's an incredible way to boost your income. You're making money per hour or salary at your job that you're working, and you're making money while your car's gone out of the parking lot and someone's ripping it down the freeway. Again, it's safe, you're protected, don't worry about that. But that's an incredible way to take advantage of your vehicle when you're not using it and start making side income with that. Number 3 is customer chat support. And I know people are like, ooh, hate talking to people. People suck. No, you do not actually have to talk to them on the phone. You don't have to be awkward and scared to talk to people on the phone. You can talk to them via chat. And it's not like you have to respond immediately. If you don't know the answer, you can look up the answer, you can figure it out, you can ask your supervisor, or you can look at your materials on your training stuff for that company, and you can be a customer support representative for any of these companies. And about companies, you can go out and see any entrepreneurs that need them, message them on Instagram, follow them on YouTube, ask them, hey, do you need help with customer support? Any of these software companies, any of these even bigger companies, you can even apply to Apple and Amazon as a customer chat representative. And those are huge companies, obviously. Those are trillion-dollar companies hiring people like you and me to actually help them out with customer inquiries about their business. So if you have not already, smack that like button and subscribe down below. I'm gonna take a second for you to do that right now. Okay, it's already that quick. Great job, I appreciate it. You the bomb. So we're gonna hop into number 2, and number 2 is simply just hustling. Simply seeing your surroundings and taking advantage of your surroundings. Whatever you live nearby, there is something you can do. If you live near any kind of sports stadium, if you live near a football stadium, a basketball stadium, a golf course, if you live near a beach, if you live near a mountain, any of these places, you can see that they might have events there or they might need something. For example, if there's a football stadium nearby, you can literally go buy bulk waters or bulk snacks and go sell those individually at the tailgate, at the game, and just make a lot of extra money with that just because people came there unprepared. There's a ton of different ways you can take advantage of this. Obviously, it depends on where you live. But if you keep an eye open and be creative and have an entrepreneurial spirit and hustle, you can easily take advantage of these events and these opportunities to make some extra income on the side when otherwise you would be sitting at home watching TV or watching the football game. And number 1 is simply writing. Using websites like iWriter and TextBroker, you can basically write content for these bigger companies, these bigger blogs, and these bigger brands, and get paid to do so. The reason they need all of this is because they need content for their brand, and they also need it for SEO purposes, ranking higher on Google and be able to be seen by more people and become more relevant. And writing is such a valuable skill, even though you may not think of it. When most people think writing, they just think of, oh, I'm going to write this stupid book report that we did at school. No, this writing is legit stuff that is either writing blogs for companies that lead people to maybe buy something or just providing more value, or it's actually becoming a copywriter. And a copywriter is someone that actually professionally is able to write words that sell, write words that are able to influence people and get them to buy a certain product. So if you're selling a weed eater, you would write something that influences that person enough with your words and your tonality to actually convert them to buy the weed eater because it's so incredible. If you kept up with those 14 new ways here in 2020 to get your side hustle on, and I really hope that you actually realize that side hustling is not Dwight sprinting 13 miles an hour past the speedometer. It is all of these 14 things, making the most of your time and being able to make some side income weekly, daily, or monthly, and eventually being able to turn that side income into more scalable and lucrative businesses down the road. If you have not subscribed already and joined the family, I guarantee you will not be disappointed. I love seeing new friends and new faces up here on the channel. So if you have not already, hit that subscribe button and I will catch you guys later.